This is my part of my video for pop culture and my pop culture. I've decided to talk about three things today. One of them is rock music, which I've been in the rock music industry for 25 plus years. The second is tattoos. I have lots of tattoos, and we'll talk about that later. See all the tattoos. And then motorcycling, which has become really popular over the last 10 to 12 years, especially with the gas crunch. Everybody wants to ride because not only is it cheap, but it's fun and it's cool. So right now, for the rock portion of this, I'm going to have some other video from my bands, but it just so happens some of the guys I know that live across the street, they have a punk band. Punk is very popular in culture today, as it was 20 years ago. It kind of made a rebirth. And we're going to go across the street and talk to them and see how rock music affects them. So let's go over here, check it out. This is going to be fun.
It's indigenous to this area.
They all fucked up on that second.
Right on.
So good. How you doing? Good. No way I can lay out talking. We're not too loud over there.
Well, it's driving my dad nuts, but you know. Hey, just real quick, man, if you guys don't mind, I want to ask you a couple questions. I got to do this thing for my pop culture class, and pop culture and how it affects me.
Okay.
So, one of the things in my pop culture is rock music. Whether it's heavy metal, punk, whatever, it all affects us, it affects society. So, I'm just kind of doing some videotaping right now, if you guys are cool with that.
Cool, yeah.
Yeah?
Will you post it on YouTube? Yeah!
Yeah, sex toys. Yeah, these guys are the sex toys, which is kind of ironic because I play in a band called the Voodoo Sex Cult. There's a lot of sex going on in rock and roll. That's just
In
part
this
of
neighborhood, especially.
Right, in this neighborhood, if you live here, you got to be kind of sexy.
Yeah.
It's a sexy neighborhood.
So, first off, rock music affects pop culture. I mean, we've got everybody from your and my age to young guys like you.
I'm
So
older than everybody.
So it actually spans a huge spectrum of age, culture, things like that. Why do you guys play rock and roll? Just off the top of your head.
Wow.
It's fun. It's fun.
A release.
It's all I've ever wanted to do. It's all he's ever wanted to do.
It makes me laugh. Happy.
Nice.
It makes me happy.
No, it makes you happy, right?
It's in my blood.
That's why I do it. It makes me happy.
It makes me
Yeah.
want to write music.
Well, my brother took me to an MC5 concert when I was 5, so ever since then.
Right, and none of us are getting rich off of it, that's for sure.
Not yet.
Not
Just a few more weeks.
Right. Well, thanks, man. I just wanted some video footage, just a quick clip.
Awesome.
Appreciate
We're
it.
gonna do a Rolling Stone song.
You're gonna do a Rolling Stone song.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Satisfaction!
No,
I can do that.
A little overdone.
No, I was kidding.
No,
Stay here.
nice. You too, man. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Right on. Go. Take care, man. Carlos. All right.
Tell me.
Tell me. Okay, so now we come to the second part of my pop culture. The second part of my pop culture is tattoos. Granted, tattoos have been around for thousands of years, but it's kind of, over the last few years, gotten a new rebirth. I like tattoos because it's an expression of who I am. All my tattoos have some kind of meaning to me, or they signify some point in my life. So it's very important to me. It's not just a tattoo, it's an artistic expression of who I am. And I think a lot of people in culture today see it that way. You see it all over the place. There's tattoo shows, you know, Miami Ink, LA Ink, Kat Von D. People like that have made it kind of mainstream, kind of a pop culture iconic thing. Society doesn't always look at it that way, unfortunately. They kind of look at it as, you know, it used to have that persona of either sailors or prisoners had tattoos, rebels. You have people, everyday people, grandmothers, grandfathers going out and getting tattoos. Unfortunately, there is still a prejudice about it. I'm a perfect example. In my job, for 8 years, it was okay to have tattoos. Last year they came in and said we now have to wear sleeves or cover up your tattoos. And they even went as far as taking pictures of some people's tattoos so they didn't get new ones. I think that's highly unfair, and I think it's kind of a prejudice. Some of my tattoos. I'm Native American, and I have Native American tattoos on this arm. I have a Native American totem with the totem of all four of my sons, with my totem at the top. Some people have them as in remembrance of family members. I lost my brother a couple years ago, so I have a picture of him. So tattoos can have a lot of meaning. They're not just a piece of artwork. A lot of times there's a lot of heartfelt expression behind them. And I wish more people would look at it in a broader perspective and be a little more open-minded about it. Thanks. Okay, so motorcycles and pop culture. Motorcycling and pop culture, it's something I really cherish. The sense of freedom, the liberation, kind of the rebel aspect, everybody kind of likes that. There's a camaraderie, kind of a brotherhood in motorcycling. I'm not sure about other motorcyclists, but I'm kind of a Harley enthusiast. I've been riding for over 30 years now. I started out when I was probably 5 years old on a little Briggs & Stratton mini bike. I think that's where every kid starts out. And you see it everywhere in pop culture. You see it in advertisements. Harley Davidson came out with a new advertisement a couple years ago on, "Don't you deserve to be a rebel? Isn't this something you owe yourself? Take that chance, live on the wild side." So it kind of became appealing to mainstream culture. Even though it's been around for a long time, motorcyclists, motorcycle enthusiasts, and society still kind of, it's kind of funny in some aspects, kind of has that gray area. They think of motorcyclists and they think of gangs and motorcycle clubs. It's not so much like that anymore. It's become real mainstream. You see it in advertisements, commercials. It's not an outlaw thing anymore. And it's something I think society as a whole kind of embellishes and enjoys. And I hope everybody gets a chance to get out and get in the wind and feel that sense of freedom.